Good morning, class. Welcome back. It is Friday. We've made it to the end of the first week. Today, we're going to be talking a little bit about some stuff that's been in the news. That would be infectious agents, things that can make us sick, or things that can infect our body and mess with our homeostasis. Um, so we've got a few slides that we're going to be going through today. So let's take a quick look at them first. Let's take a look at the benchmark that we're going to be looking at. Life science, big idea 14.6. Students will identify, compare, and/or contrast the types of infectious agents that affect the human body. So we're going to watch some videos. You're going to be creating a table on that. But before we do that, let's look at what are these benchmarks asking you to do. Well, let's look through. Students will, it's three things here: identify, compare, and/or contrast. Identify what are the uh, markers of a particular infectious agent. How can you tell something is a bacteria? How can you tell it's a virus? So we'll take a look at that in the video. Also, you're going to compare them. Some of them have a lot of similarities. How are they alike? But many of them also are clearly different from others, and that's how you can tell one from the other, is the differences between them. So you're going to possibly contrast as well. So on the types of infectious agents that affect the human body. So also, I'd like you to reflect on a time when you learned about these benchmarks, and then take a moment to describe what you learned on your Word document for today. Now, the first part of the assignment for today, and I've noticed there's a few people that are only doing part of the assignment. They do the first half and then skip the second half, or they do the second half and skip the first half. Make sure you're doing everything and double check your work against what the expectations are before you turn it in, please. Okay, so Friday 4:30, 4:30:20. View the video right here, bacteria, viruses, and fungi. Excuse me, and make the table below in a document. So you'll probably want to use I guess you can use Excel if you needed to. However, if you want to use the table tool when you are making your Word document, that makes things a lot easier, and you can type in the boxes, and also you can put in pictures if you need to. Excel doesn't want you to put the pictures in there. So you're going to watch this video. You're going to create this table. It's going to be a 6x3 table. I probably want to do 7x4 so that way you can put your categories in. Living status, size, how big are they? Nutrient needs, what do they need in order to survive? Feeding method, how do they feed? How do they take in their nutrients? Are there treatments for it? And can you give me an example? I'm going to need to answer those 6 questions with all bacteria, with viruses, and with fungi. So we've got stuff in the video there that you can use to find that information out. Let's move to the next slide. Also, we've got a couple of other videos here. You can use this for your information as well. Fungus, bacteria, and again, viruses. And here we have our little nasty friend, the corona. Well, a coronavirus anyway. Then we're getting into the second part of the assignment. We're talking about classification today. Classification is just dividing things into groups based on similar attributes. So let's take a look at what we mean here. Life Science 15.1, students will analyze and describe how and why organisms are classified the way that they are. So what is this benchmark asking you to do? Analyze and describe. So you got to think about it, and you need to be able to tell us. Reflect on a time when you learned about this benchmark and describe what you learned. Again, just a sentence or two. And so now we're on to slide 7, where we're talking about the second part of the assignment. You've got 3 videos to watch: biological classification, there's a classification video, and a mnemonic video. The mnemonic, that's a silent M, by the way. Mnemonic is a tool that we use when we need to remember some stuff. We need to remember a list, but it might be a long thing to remember, so we break it down into a way that's easier to remember. Some examples that we've used in class are the visible light spectrum with Roy G. Biv, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. We've used for the planets in the order from going out from the sun. My very excellent mother just served us nachos for Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Uh, Use them in music. Every good boy does fine. It's the 5 lines on the treble on the staff for a treble clef song. Anywho, um, look at this information here with the biological classification. How do we classify things? Classification video, mnemonic video. So think critically and respond to these following questions. What are the 3 domains of classification? There's 3 of them you're going to talk about. Now within those domains, there are 6 kingdoms of life. And how are the 6 kingdoms of life classified within those 3 domains? Finally, you're going to construct another chart that shows each level of classification. I would recommend using the tool to put tables into a Word document rather than Excel. If you're keeping it all in one program, just makes it a little bit easier. I think also the table allows you to go ahead and insert pictures where Excel doesn't like that so much. So construct a chart that shows each level, kind of like the charts that you made in the first part of this assignment and the chart that you made a couple of days ago. All right, again, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. We've got the comments and questions windows open in each class, and I'm available on Remind and also via email. So if you have any questions, reach out, and I have a great weekend, and we will pick this up again on Monday.